What is up, everybody? Back again with yet another haul video, and this is a pretty big one. Based on the stickers alone, you can already tell that at the top, fragile or fragile, and then as well on the front of the package. And I also had to take off my address and everything, so you guys didn't know where I lived and was located. But this one was from Light Bricks, aka Tyler. So basically what happened was I got involved with the live stream, aka TMog217. Tyler was on it, and he really just kind of convinced me to buy some stuff. And that's what ended up happening, ended up being pretty darn big. So with that being said, let's get right into this haul. I honestly have no idea what's at the top, so I guess I'll start with whatever I see. But yeah, this one definitely includes a lot of different style minifigures compared to what you may be used to. But yeah, now I actually have it uncovered. So that being said, let me switch the camera around so you can actually get a closer look of what I got. Starting off, let me actually open up these because he seemed to package a couple of figures into a bigger bag for a lot of them. And like I mentioned, there are a lot of figures and different types of figures in this haul. But yeah, it pretty much follows a couple of themes in general. Starting off, I forgot which version of Jay this is from Ninjago, but I like to get the different variations in Ninjago. Don't really go for the sets because they would clog up too much space. But we have, yeah, this version of Jay in general. There we go. It's a little more focused. You can tell based on the parts. I really like that nice look he has in general. So that's why I got it. I like the color scheme, like the look of the figure, and also I know for a fact I do not have this version of Jay. And moving on, that's pretty much, honestly, if I remember correctly, this is a majority of Ninjago. So if you're not a Ninjago fan, you may hate this video, but I hope you do not. Next figure we have here is actually Lloyd. I believe this one's either from the Ninjago movie or from something else. I think it's a Ninjago movie, so I think that face pretty much just follows along with the Ninjago movie, and the hair doesn't really show his hair much based on the episodes in Ninjago I know and remember. But yeah, there is this figure. I would build them, but I feel like that would take too much time from this video because there is a decent amount of stuff, and I do not feel like having to build every figure until after this video. I'd rather wait a bit. And then here we have another one, the snakes. I forgot which series or whatever this one was involved with. It may not even be one I've seen yet because I am behind. I think I stopped with the crystallized season, the first half of it, and I didn't really get to the second yet. But I know this is one of the snakes, which is pretty obvious, I know. But yeah, it's the orange and black one. Can't remember what this one's from. I really forgot. I just know there's a couple and I can remember based on the top of my head, but I cannot remember what this is based off. If you know, please comment down below in the comments to help my unknowledgeable self in Ninjago down in the comments, please. But yes, I got one of them. I know he had multiple of that figure, but I decided to just get one because I don't really like army build Ninjago like that. Just get a few figures and really just aim for one of each. But yeah, over time I may get multiples of a few just because. And the next figure, another Ninjago figure, another snake in general. Now I know this was like kind of like one of the original snakes, the black and orange. Pretty sure I don't have him. I put my Ninjago figures away, so I can't remember exactly which ones I do and do not have, but I do not remember having him. So it's nice to add him to the collection in general. Really like that eye on the side here, as you can see. And then on the other side, it looks like it's been kind of like he's been beaten up. If it's a female, I apologize. Pretty sure it's a male though. But yeah, you can see that little beaten up eye on this figure. And the next one, let's see if it's going to be, yep, another Ninjago one. Yeah, pretty sure this is really just like 1, 2, or maybe even 3 themes in general. But I love my Ninjoid, so I had to get a Minjoid instead. I can easily replace the black legs with taller ones if I do feel like it, but I'm probably just going to keep a Minjoid because I don't think I have a Minjoid. I just have the regular Ninjoids in general. But this is probably one of the figures I honestly would army build of Ninjago just because I really like the color scheme in general, and just, yeah, the overall mask was fantastic. with the little like eyepiece on all of them. I just really love that look. And on to the next figure. Let me see, I'm just gonna randomly dig in the bag, see which one I grab out. Okay, another Ninjago one. Now this is pretty much one of the ones that was a majority of the show, or seemed to be a really common character. Can't remember if I had him. I think maybe I have a different version of him, but maybe not this one. I'm not too sure, but I did get him. I believe this is Ratla, if I'm not mistaken. This is a pretty common figure, or as in like really recognizable, but like I said, I'm not too sure on like the different seasons where they came from, or all their names even really, but I know the ninja names for sure. But in terms of these characters, the snakes and just other figures, I'm not too sure in terms of names, so I apologize again. Probably gonna see a lot of apologizing in this video, but I'm glad to add him in the actual collection. And I believe Tyler did not have to look through all these and look at the condition. This one may have a crack on the arm, which you can kind of see, but looks like it may just be a little dirty. If you can see what I'm talking about, it may just be a little dirty. I'll open it up and check later and really just kind of tell Tyler if there is something wrong. He's pretty good about that stuff, so should be no issue whatsoever. He's very trusted. If you couldn't tell already, with him actually having a YouTube channel and being respected throughout the community. And the next figure actually is a change from Ninjago. This is actually Red Skull, another kind of like common Marvel figure. I don't really collect Marvel all that much, but I do go after more of the kind of like cheaper figures, even though later on, or else he may be in this bag, because there are multiple bags, I don't know. But I did go after a little more expensive figure in terms of Marvel, just because I like that version compared to the one that was used in Black Widow. So there is that, and that probably just narrowed it down to what figure it may be. But that's probably one of the more expensive figures I got, is the one that'll come on later on. Red Skull was pretty cheap, so it was definitely not him. And the next theme, a little bit different from the others. I just pulled him out of the bag, but this is General Zod. I do not have him. I'm more of a DC guy, so I'm glad to add him to the collection. He had another one of his like henchmen. I can't remember if I actually got him or not. Forgot the name to that figure, but it has like the same suit and everything, but it's more bland character. But I avoided that one, I think, or else maybe not. Can't remember exactly everything I got, but I was glad to actually see him get Zod. So therefore, I end up getting him and pick him up, because I know for a fact I do not have Zod within my collection. Now, randomly choosing from the bag again, another DC figure, and that is, I think that, why am I thinking it's based on his name? Captain Cold, I believe. Pretty sure that's his name. I kind of spaced between, you know, obviously it's not Mr. Freeze, that's pretty obvious. But for some reason I get him mixed up with some others, because there's like a lot of cold themed characters. I'm pretty sure this is Captain Cold, if I'm not mistaken. Do not have him in the collection. I really like this, the fact that this is like his more typical look compared to some like action figures I get of him. I know they don't really have his typical look yet, so therefore I have not got the Captain Cold from that actual action figure line yet. But yeah, really glad to add him to the collection. I just love the whole headpiece in general. Like, also the same one that Darth Maul has, Christmas edition, but obviously it's red instead of blue. But I really just like it overall. Now, next figure, let me dig in the bag. Okay, going back to Ninjago is another actual snake. Now this one, I remember what series it's from. I can't remember the name. I just know that it was like a female snake that was the main villain, I would say, of this series. I think her name started with an A, but I cannot remember. Like I said, I am very bad at remembering the names with Ninjago. But yeah, really like the clear and translucent orange on the head. I just like that whole look in general. The eyes are very intimidating when you look at it closer. So that's pretty crazy to see, and just kind of like the more mummified looks. I know and remember that these snakes are kind of like brought to life and kind of like beaten up in a way, but it's nice to add this figure to the collection, or my Ninjago collection that is, since I did not have any of the sets. Used to have some of the sets, but I sold them away because I wanted to have them take up less space. And speaking of the female character, I'm pretty sure this is her. Like I said, I forgot the name, but I believe this is her indeed, because obviously that shoulder piece kind of like stands out. Pretty sure it is her, but hopefully I'm not wrong. I probably am wrong. It's probably like a 98% chance I'm wrong, but there is that. So I'm glad to add this figure to the collection as well. Not much difference between the other one, so maybe, like I said, I probably am wrong. It just seems to be the shoulder armor that's different. Sorry if you hear in the background some thunder. There's a thunderstorm going on right now, and it seemed like it just started. And the last figure of this bag is one that I literally just mentioned not long ago when I brought up Red Skull. So the version that's not the Black Widow one is Taskmaster. So this figure I just kind of really wanted. I thought it was a pretty good price. He had it little discount on it in general. So I decided to pick him up. A nice looking Taskmaster figure. It reminds me of just like the original look of Spider-Man, from Spider-Man that is. So I had to pick him up. I could not say no to this figure, even though he was about $14-15, which is usually more than I go for in terms of Marvel figures in price range. But I decided to get him. I could not pass him up. Eventually, maybe I'll get Hobgoblin, because I also like that figure as well. But yeah, there is him. I believe Tyler actually did have Hobgoblin, but for some reason I didn't pick him up. Now the next one, or next bag, it's all one theme in general. So actually, I don't think I actually did get any Star Wars related stuff in this haul, which is surprising. I think there's a few I was looking at, but I decided to say no because of how expensive this haul was getting. But here you can see from the minifigure series is the classic Sinestro. I have the yellow version, which is kind of like the more current version of Sinestro, and then here's the OG. Don't believe I even had any figures from this minifigure series in general. I might have had one, but I can't remember if he was a part of it. But yeah, I had to pick him up. I pretty much cleared him out in terms of his actual DC minifigure line and what he had. But I decided to pick up Sinestro. Nice looking figure. Really like his OG look as well. It's new, kind of like very different from obviously the yellow and black that we're used to of him having today. And the next figure, it's going to be, like I said, it's going to be DC for this whole entire bag. So here is Batman's first appearance, and he was kind of like the more expensive figure, but Tyler said he's not complete because he does not have the rope piece. But I could care less about the rope piece, to be honest. Pretty much the only reason I would want it is if I was going to have him hanging from something, but there's no point for me doing so. And everything else was included with, even the blue Batarang. So that's nice to see and get. So I'm really glad to actually add him to the collection, because I did not have him, just like every other figure, part of this haul. Or at least what I think that is. And the next figure I did pick up, kind of like my first Wonder Woman Lego figure from the Indianapolis Brick World, but I decided to go after the one as well from the actual minifigure line. Just like I said, this whole bag is a bit different in approach. Unlike the other one I got, different torso, obviously more classic appearance, and the skirt piece. The skirt piece is very nice to actually get. Love the actual stars all over it. As you can see, it's just a very nice figure, and I'm glad to add her as well. And the next figure is going to be, okay, I don't really have any of this, can't really say type, but I guess you can say type of superhero, since they're a whole entire core of figures. But here is an actual Green Lantern. Forgot what his exact name is. I was kind of spaced. I know the others, but I forgot his name. But yeah, I decided to pick him up because I did not have him. And this is my first Green Lantern, which is kind of shocking, but I know some of the others go for a decent amount. But yeah, really glad to add my first Green Lantern to the collection and get this figure as well. Now, the next figure from the minifigure line that I got was, why am I spacing his name? I know it's not kind of like a typical character that we're all used to. I really forget his name. I know he's been in many shows I've watched, but he's not like super common of a character. I know he has some type of name. I think is it Metamorpho? I think it is Metamorpho, if I'm not mistaken. That's probably wrong. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's him. I'm really glad to add him. Honestly, kind of like the more basic looking character compared to the others, but he does have his nice kind of like vibrant colors all around. You see the purple, the orange on the torso. There we go, nice zoomed in, or nice clear image right there. But yeah, really glad to add him as well. And another figure, I already have a Flash type character, but I did not have the original guy. Here we go, Jay Garrick. There we go, nice looking figure, the OG. So it's very nice to actually get him. Really like the look of this figure. And yes, the lightning pieces probably just have them hold, even though probably will look better without holding them. But I think they actually maybe go on the back. I think they go on the back here attached, although I feel like that's kind of a weird placement for the lightning pieces, but there is that. Glad to add him to the collection. Very nice to actually get. And the last figure of this bag is going to be, for some reason I'm spacing her name. I'm pretty sure it's like, it's dang near DC's version of like Captain America. Also, I don't think I've seen her in any of the shows I've watched, DC based. So I'm spacing on her name, but I know it's like, man, why am I spacing on her name when it's probably something obvious? Like, yeah, just gonna skip out on what her name is. Just go ahead, say it down in the comments, make me look like an idiot, please. But yeah, very nice to get her, nice looking character. Like I said, DC's version of Captain America. So that's nice to actually get her. Don't think it's Captain Marvel, pretty sure it's not, but who knows. And then that has a nice glitter looking piece right there, if you can even see the little like glitter on it. So that's pretty cool. Probably one of my favorite accessories right now, just because of that piece. But yeah, nice and glad to add her. Looks like maybe the Lego had print kind of like issues then too, even though they still have some today, because honestly the ab area or her stomach does not match some of the other flesh tones throughout the body, like on the legs there. So there is that, but it's not going to be too obvious, and I could care less about that issue. Now the rest of this haul pretty much follows amongst one certain thing and one thing only, just different series. So this one right here is series 7 of Ninjago, based on what says at the top of the card, and looks like he packed them in terms of, let me see here, 10 each. And I know I picked up 92 total of these packs, different series, but he got me with the previous haul I got by just adding a Ninjago pack. Like I said, pretty much I get everything besides the actual sets in terms of Ninjago. So I'm really glad to pick up a lot of these, and they will be in a future video. So there's 10 there of series 7. Put it there in the back because, like I said, I got 92 total. Forgot how many of each series. And then here is series 8. Once again, I believe 10 is in here. There's 10 of those of series 8. going to be a big card opening. I may just split them up based on series to make them more shorter videos, because I have one Star Wars one that's planned and it's going to be super long because I did them together and there's no way to split them up now. More is series 8, 10 more, so 20 total of those so far. And here's series 7, again 10 more. Add them on top of there. They're gonna fall down eventually. Let's see how long they last before they fall down. Then here's series 8 as well, crystallized, more of them. A little different, I think card art may be more different than that. I'm not too sure. There's 10 there as well. I'm gonna put off to the side since it's a little different. 10 more right here, series 8, same art is right there. So 20 at least of that card pack look. And there's here's more series 8. Like I said, these are pretty much the same, but based on what's on top is basically what I'm doing. And then here's more of series 8 crystallized cards. I feel like just, I don't know, the art pack just look a lot better and he just had a lot more. But like I said, I cleared him out of all of his Ninjago cards. He may have up more, may have put up more since, but there is that. And then here's 10 more series 7. So like I said, a total of, so there's 30 there, 60, 90, but there's 2 more additional packs, and he actually split up here. I almost missed on getting them out, but here's the last 2 of series 7. So that would probably be a separate video. This may be one video together of these since they're both crystallized in the same series, and then may just make a smaller video of these, although it's obviously these are all going to be long videos because there's a lot of cards here. Just bumping the tables, sorry for that, but there's going to be a lot of videos and potential yeah, just helping the page out or my channel in general through those card openings. I feel like it's something that's not been exposed much on the Lego aspect. Pretty much all I personally see them just getting open, no videos based on that. But I'm really glad to add them to the collection and see what I get in the future. Now let me get to the outro of this video. So that was everything from this package. I might as well just toss it here in the back or set it down gently like it just did. But yeah, I'm really glad to get a lot of the actual Ninjago card packs. I opened one which Tyler lured me into because I really like the holo. I'm just one for shiny cards, and I thought they had more unique cards in general. Star Wars ones have unique ones as well, but I feel like kind of like the Ninjago ones seem to be a little more consistent and don't really have like kind of like the gimmick cards, like the puzzle pieces and stuff like that, at least not what I know of yet. So yeah, that's why I picked up a lot of them, and the fact that I don't got their sets of Ninjago just because I like to save on space for now. Maybe in the way future I'll get Ninjago sets, but we shall see. Just like I pick up the minifigures, there's that. So now I have the cards to go along with my Ninjago minifigure collection. I'm glad to add more DC figures and some Marvel figures in general, especially that Taskmaster, like I said. But that's going to wrap up this big haul video. I already see it start going pretty darn long, longer than I expected personally. But I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you in the future videos. Peace out and have a good one. Bye.